Alright guys, let me know what you think, because I've been sketching a little bit for Space Grunts too. Oh, by the way, I'm Pascal from Orange Pixel, just in case you didn't know. Anyway, after I had this one for Space Grunts, which was the one I drew a few weeks ago, and I used it to create a little bit of the marketing material on the Steam page and on the website, but I think it's a great image. It's pretty cool, even in colored version. But I'm getting less and less happy with it, and you can't do much with it because of the shapes of the big guy at the back and the very tiny, thin guys at the front. So I came up with a second one, and this one isn't fully done. You should imagine this guy here being in the dark background. So he's like mostly only his eyes and teeth are visible, the rest is blackness, and then this guy just not knowing what happens behind him, playing a little bit of a Gucci with the alien. I wasn't really extremely happy with that one, but then I came up with this one, which really depicts what the game is gonna be about. We have 3 space grunts, we have aliens, we have card playing, we have stuff around them, dangerous stuff, and I think I'm gonna create this one on the computer. I'm gonna scan this one and then redraw the black lines on the computer and then color it and hope that it looks better than this one that I had. Anyway, that's the plan. I'm still sketching, still coming up with ideas. Usually I ask other people to draw these things, but because the game's development is going so rapidly and so fast, and I want it done very fast, and I figured why not give it a try myself. I know how to draw, I'm just usually not happy with the stuff I draw. So that's why I usually ask other people to give me their drawings, and I don't know, it's a weird thing in my brain, but if I look at my own drawings and own pictures, I usually see all the little faults and I can't ignore them. So this one doesn't look that bad, does it? I think it looks great. Anyway, let's talk about Space Grunts 2 after the intro. So I can't believe this is devlog 6, just number 6. That means I've only been working on the game for like, what, 8 weeks? The game right now is playable. It's like, it's actually enjoyable to play the game. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is, well, take a little...
How to take an old man pee.
But the second thing I do in the morning is open my Mac and play around with Space Grunts 2, because it's actually enjoyable already. Because in the last week I've been adding a bunch of stuff that help the progression of the game. So that means increasing the difficulty when you go in further levels or higher worlds or newer worlds or weird worlds, and have certain things not spawn at the first couple of levels because they're just too difficult. Like there are now pot plants that pop up the spider-like creatures, and you don't want those in the first level, or maybe you do, but just not a lot of them. So I've been adding a lot of code that basically just dictates what should spawn where and how much of it and how rare it is in certain levels, and make sure that certain creatures and aliens, like the robots, are tougher than the little critters. So the robots don't spawn in the first couple of levels. They can, but it's like a 2% chance they will spawn. If it's somebody who plays the game for the first time, I don't want them to be overwhelmed by everything coming at them. So I'm trying to really pace the game correctly. And another thing I've been adding to the game is modifiers. This is like a very tiny little silly simple thing to add to the game. I did it in a questionnaire, and a modifier are basically you have like the little pink alien, and it can now be either sick or angry or sleepy or confused. Those are little modifiers. They also change the specifications of this creature a little bit. So let's say it normally does 1 damage and has 2 health points. If it's sleepy, it suddenly has 1 health point and does not do any damage, and it doesn't move because it's sleeping. If it's confused, it doesn't target the player anymore, it just randomly moves around. And if it's angry, it gets more health points, and it's also more aggressive, so it will always attack you if it can. If it's near you, it will attack. And if it's sick, it has less health, it can still attack, and I'm probably gonna add it so that if a sick creature bites the player, there is a certain amount of chance that you also get sick. At which point, every couple of steps you take, your health will deplete, unless you have something like a remedy or something that I still need to add to the game. But a simple modifier like that suddenly opens up a lot of interesting things. Of course, for the first creatures, the couple of easy creatures in the first level, they don't really do a lot because these creatures are often easily dealt with. But let's say you enter one of the later stages and there's a big creature with like 20 health points and it suddenly is angry and has 42 health points. That makes a lot of difference. But if it's sick or sleepy and suddenly only has 2 health points, you want to know those things. So it adds a lot of variation to basically the same type of creatures and aliens, and it multiplies or quadruplifies them. And as a player, you get a lot more variation thrown at you, all for free. So a pretty cool addition. And I actually copy and borrowed it and stole it from the Sir Questionnaire game I did last year. Okay, so those have been the major points I've been working on last week. There have been a lot of other stuff, but it's just minor stuff and it's still tweaking. So let's just talk about the stuff that I still need to do, because there's a lot left. Even though the game progress is great, there's still a lot of stuff that I need to sort out, figure out and work on. One example is the music. I don't do the music myself, but I usually try to come up with the type of music I want and then give it to Gavin Harrison, who does does all the music to all my games. And for this game, my failsafe is the same type of music as Space Grunts 1 had, which was also made by Gavin. It's very synthesizer-y, I think. I'm not very well at music and describing it, but this is how I also communicate to Gavin. For this game I want something different, and I've been listening a lot to a funky chiptune that Gavin made for one of my older games, Sketchbook Squad. Probably don't know, it was a little free silly game. It sounded a bit like this, and I'll just put it under the gameplay so that you can get the feeling of it. Here it goes. Alright, so that's like, I kind of like it, but it doesn't really fit with the game just yet. But of course it's more about the feeling of it. So it's very funky, it's chiptuney, and it does go well with the visuals and the pace of the game. So that's one option I'm going, one direction I'm keeping in mind. Another one, and this is gonna be like weird and out there, but last couple of days I've been listening to a bunch of 50s and 60s sci-fi theme songs. Now I don't know where the copyright on this is, and if this video is gonna have a copyright thing, disclaimer or claim or whatever. It's pretty old music, so I think we're safe, but we're gonna try it anyway. Here's a little bit of a 50s sci-fi music underneath some gameplay footage. Yeah, so it's very different, and not all the 50s sci-fi music works, because some of it is like, a lot of it is very bombastic. But when those theme songs go very quiet and mysterious and a little bit of a Star Trek-y vibe, old Star Trek, not any of the later ones, but the original Star Trek.
Do I make myself clear?
It might actually work with the game. So I'm still gonna listen to a bit more of it and try to come up with the right parts to give as an example to Gavin, and then see if he can do something with it, and if he can do 50s or 60s music at all, because I'm pretty sure he was born way after that. So we'll see what happens. It's one option. The chiptune funk is another option. Maybe I'll find something else as well. If you have an idea for what might work, and trust me, people already mentioned metal. It doesn't fit with the pace of the game. Check out the gameplay video that I've been showing in these YouTube videos. And music needs to fit with the pace of the game. At least for me, I like something that fits with the pace, and it should all come together. And if you have ideas, let me know in the comments below, because I'm still looking for the type of music. I'm not looking for musicians. Pretty much set on Gavin. We worked together for like 8 or 9 years now. So I'm just looking for inspiration for the type of music, and not other musicians to work with. Sorry guys. I have so much to add to this game. But hey, we're only on week 8, and there is still at least 6 weeks left before I plan to go on early access with this game. 6 weeks. Ah, that's time enough. I could probably go on vacation before that. I should go on vacation before that. Yeah, I need vacation. Yeah, but no vacation just yet. I have one plan. Don't worry, I'll be taking vacation pretty soon. But for now, I'll see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what you think about the music type. What should be the music for this type of game, and what you think about the game so far. I'll see you guys next week. Deal. All right, bye. Oh, can you close everything? Just click on. Never mind. See you guys next week.